Hello again, everyone. Hope you are well on this Tuesday afternoon. It is currently reading 83 degrees out here. I parked at the first big shopping center I come to on the way home. I'm not far from where I work because two reasons. I plan on doing a video anyway. And there is a very strong thunderstorm that is about to bear down on my position right here. You might be able to see the trees in the background there. Hope I'm not going to be blown away while I'm doing this video. Anyway, you'll be a witness to it, maybe. But anyway, a big thunderstorm is about to hit this area. So I'll continue here recording as long as I can. Hope you can hear me fine. But anyway, I wanted to speak about a couple of different things. I also have a terrific passage I will share with you towards the end of the video. Very good wisdom to share with you, and you'll be encouraged, I promise. So stay tuned for that. Quick updates. Well, the main thing is two things. We'll give a news update here. My take on the riots so far. I'm not even going to call it protests. They're riots. My take on that. Also, what's coming ahead later this week. And we don't need to lose focus. We need to keep our focus because the media is going absolutely hog wild, banana crackers on the riots. And it's easy to just get glued on that and just let that take your mind right off of everything else and your eye off the ball. We got to keep our eye on the ball. Right? So I'll go into that as well. Also, June 14th, I talked about this a lot yesterday. There are big plans to do nationwide, they're calling it protests. And this is truly a nationwide thing. Now, I talked about this yesterday. In case you missed the video yesterday, go to nokings.org. I will also link this in the description of this video. Look on there. You can put the zip code where you live, and it will tell you where they're going to be, let's say, meetings near you. Okay. I know here there is one slated for Athens, of course, and one in Gainesville. We're not far from either one of those locations. The one in Athens, it sounds like it's right near the campus of UGA. And so, I hear a lot of people talking, not a whole lot, but I hear people just in my conversations and overhearing people that they're going to go to these things because they either want to counter protest it or they're just curious. I had a person tell me today they're going to go to the one here because they're just curious. I cautioned them, and now they have no idea what I do this channel or anything like that, but I just cautioned them and said, and I advised them strongly, I would avoid it. Avoid it. Steer clear of that area. Doesn't mean the whole town's going to be under siege, but I would stay clear of that particular area. Downtown, the campus, all that stuff, especially in the afternoon. I say that to everybody else. That's my advice, is to steer clear. It's tempting, because on this website it's showing a lot of areas that are not just major cities, but parks, smaller cities, medium-sized towns. So it'll be tempting to just go and say, hey, I must want to check this out, see how crazy people can get. No, I would not recommend that. If you somehow do or get caught up in it or you're near it, I would lay low. I would not get involved in the stuff. Just move through, keep it moving, and keep going and getting out of there. Okay? That's my advice, my recommendation. Be gray. Go gray, blend in, don't stand out. Maybe not the time to wear the MAGA hat and nothing like that. If you do, hey, just be prepared. Just be prepared. I'm not saying, definitely don't. You do you, But anyway, I would recommend avoiding it. Now, Miss Dog and I, we usually do some errands. We're going to do our thing, but we're going to avoid these particular spots, all right? So that's my advice on that. But that does sound like a very comprehensive. This has been long funded and planned, it looks like. And it'll be interesting to see what turns out. I think it has the potential to be kind of a nothing. I think it also has the potential to be quite terrible. Quite terrible. It could be either one. Okay, the current riots that are going on, especially in Los Angeles. Now, I'm hearing that there's trouble also in Texas with Dallas, Austin, New York City. Now, it looks to me, I know in Atlanta there have been some protests, but from all accounts, from what I can tell, these look like they've been pretty peaceful, pretty quiet. You know, that's kind of the way Atlanta is. I mean, especially with these protests. I mean, they did get some out of hand. They got out of hand some in 2020, but nothing like some of these other cities. But I would still keep a close eye if you're going through there. Anytime Saturday. Really, anytime now. Anytime. All right. Also, the riots, in Los Angeles, kind of zeroing in on that. Again, this is being allowed. And I know that they say, and I just read something a while ago, it said that over 700 Marines, United States Marines, are en route to Los Angeles, quote unquote, to help bring order and to assist with the National Guard and police. Now, that's kind of vague. I don't know what exactly. It'd be interesting to see how they will use United States Marines in this situation. It's very unusual to have active duty military deployed to a United States city interacting with citizens. Now, situation, you got some citizens, you got some non-citizens. You got a lot of non-citizens, so yeah, there's that. My guess is they're going to be used mostly to be around the National Guard, help bolster them, and help protect the federal buildings. I could be totally wrong here, but I just don't picture United States Marine soldiers jumping in and grabbing people. I could be totally wrong. They might do it. I don't know. But what I do know as well is that things are out of control. You've got cops being injured. At least 2 cops were injured in the melees that were going on this past night, overnight. A lot of looting going on, a lot of destruction of vehicles, property. They're blocking freeways around Los Angeles. That's crazy. It shouldn't be allowed. So, again, I'm surprised we have not had somebody unalived. I'll put it that way. I'm surprised. I'm glad. I don't want that. But the way this going, the trajectory we are on here is we're going to see much worse going on. And I am concerned that we're going to see some situations where people are going to be seriously hurt or worse. I'll put it that way. So again, I'm very interested to see how they're going to use Marines, if they even are. They say they're en route. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. But it's obvious that the local leadership's not going to solve this problem. In fact, they want it to get worse. At least that's the way it looks to me. And that's the way it is in a lot of these large cities. Unfortunately, weak leadership. I do feel bad for the good citizens who do live there. A good many of you who watch this channel live in Southern California around Los Angeles. I don't know if you're in this particular areas right here, but what if you had an emergency? What if you need emergency services? What if you really needed to go somewhere? Take care of business. It's terrible. I mean, just life, right? I mean, just taking care of your business. What if we had a cyber attack right now? A power outage. Can you imagine adding a long-term or an ongoing power outage to what we've been seeing in these big cities? Now, it would be nice to see our Justice Department, our authorities go after the people, groups who are orchestrating what is going on. Okay? I am not confident that will happen. I do wish it would happen. It should happen. Go to the source. Who's funding this? Who's planning it? Making it happen? Delivering the bricks? Who's doing that? Why isn't something being done about that? I mean, we have intelligence services. Maybe that's why they're sending the Marines. I don't know. What do you think about that? And the rain is coming. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm going to keep talking here. Unless a tornado comes down on me, I'm going to keep recording. All right. In the meantime, we need to keep our eye on the ball. What I mean is your business, your preparations. Keep doing what we're doing. Don't let this distract you from everything else, right? I mean, we still have things going on. We still have an economy that is in the tank. Again, please understand me. I'm not blaming the current administration right now. This has been going on for a while. But we still have an economy in the tank. We have layoffs that are picking up speed. Man, I'm hearing from a lot of you. I hear from other people, not even related to this channel. Layoffs. And it's gonna kick in turbo style, I'm afraid. I think this year is gonna be tough on that. You got layoffs, you got inflation, not really going anywhere right now. Okay, now, I'm still confident. Hopefully that will change, that will improve. Time will tell. Time will tell. But we're still struggling with inflation. High cost of living, just about every category. Every category. We got the BBB, the big, beautiful bill, so to speak, that they're still wrestling with. What are they going to do with that? Just don't keep, forget about all these things. There's some things in there that I'm concerned about. Big time, all right? There's also intelligence. I hear reports of talks, chatter about a possibility of a Pearl Harbor style attack on the United States. The military officials coming out and saying that, or ex-military, I can't remember which. I saw something. I haven't dug into this one yet, but I saw something about the possibility of an airborne bird flu now. I saw that just flash across and I didn't have time to look into it. It's been a busy day, but I got to dig into that one. You've heard about that, reflected in the comments. Is it anything to be concerned about? Just throwing it out there. But an airborne bird flu doesn't sound good to me. Not at all. They've been trying to do this bird thing flu for some years now, so I think people are fatigued on that. When they hear that, they're like, including me. I hear about bird flu and I'm like, no, go away with that. Away with you on that. All right. So anyway, also concerns about a widespread terror attack. I've talked about that before as well this year, coordinated one. One other thought I had, going back real quick, about the riots in Los Angeles especially, they seem to be, whatever nefarious forces are behind this, really seem to be narrowing right down on that area, Southern California. There's a lot of talk about Mexico encouraging this, the president of Mexico encouraging this. Are we under attack by them? Is this an insurgency of sorts or a counterinsurgency? That's a fair question. I don't know. Throwing it out there. Is that why the Marines are going? There's something missing here. There's something about this that I'm not getting, or you're not getting, that we're missing. Excuse me. I don't know. What do you think? There's something else going on here. It doesn't quite line up. But then again, 2020, the summer 2020, it was absolutely terrible as well. So the way I look at it, the bottom line, unless there's real consequences to these rioters and the troublemakers, criminals, I mean, why stop? Why are they going to choose to stop? You know, it's going to continue. It's going to get worse. Share your thoughts. I'm going to go to a passage, or there's a few passages I'm going to cover here. Going back to the wisdom of Proverbs, chapter 16. Let's see. Verse 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold? And to get understanding is to be chosen above silver. And then verse 17, the highway of the upright is to turn away from evil. One who watches his way protects his life. Verse 18, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before stumbling. Isn't that truth? Verse 19, it is better to be humble in spirit with the needy than to divide the spoils with the proud. Then verse 20, one who pays attention to the word will find good, and blessed is one who trusts in the Lord. Blessed is one who trusts in the Lord. I'm going to end with that one because that's an awesome one. You're blessed if you trust in the Lord. We need to keep trusting in Him no matter what kind of news we hear. Airborne this, airborne that, airborne bricks and rocks and Marines and, you know, whatever it is. We keep our trust in Him. That's where it all, that's our center. That's our base. That's our faith. Because that's the most important thing. We're not promised tomorrow, y'all, right? Anything can happen, so let's be ready at all times. Anything can happen. Be ready. Stay in prayer. Stay faithful. Stay close to our Jesus, our Savior. Share your thoughts. Let's be safe, be alert out there. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon. And now I'm going to try to get home in this storm. See you later.